is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Meet the Critters. We're here. We don't know. You don't know when we're going to be here, but God damn it, when we're here, you're going to wish we weren't. I'm Kyle.
I'm Joe.
So, all of the people who watch regularly, I'm sure you're looking at this going, "What? One, where the hell you been? Two, what's happening?"
Yeah.
Complete change of scenery for both of us.
Yeah.
I have relocated to my kitchen. Joe's on his phone. We're not glitchy, so that's helpful. We can have a conversation.
Yeah, an actual conversation without staring at the freaking screen like this, waiting for an answer back.
And so everyone we talked to last week, for those who don't know, for those who this is the first episode you're listening to, last week or the past couple weeks, it's been fairly glitchy. Last week was by far the worst.
Yeah.
And I think through StreamYard, there is a bit of a lag. So they're able to make it so there doesn't seem to be a lag on the viewer side.
Mm-hmm.
On our side, we would be in the middle of a conversation and then just have to do this and wait for the other person to react to what we just said, which makes for a really hard hour-long podcast.
Yes. Yeah, it does. Yeah, I think I just need to get that new computer set up. But for all of our regular viewers, they know that, we both got, a bunch of stuff going on. Me with the new Butcher Shop edition and, some personal stuff we've both been going through. So, oh, man.
Yeah, we figured this episode was just going to be, again, updates-wise, it's pretty much the same for all of us. You're working on the Butcher Shop. I'm running around like a crazy person, as usual. Just same shit, different pile. We were just going to kind of do a little bit of an update and then just kind of a bit of an apology tour of hey guys, sorry that we haven't been able to get stuff out, but kind of just a little almost behind the scenes of doing content and trying to get this stuff out. We're not trying to make excuses, but we're also just trying to put you guys into our perspective of how we're trying to make it work.
Yeah.
So and saying it all out loud sounds really dumb. That might be one of the dumbest things I've said today. And I've said some really dumb stuff to my 5-year-old. But yeah, it's interesting. Both of us, again, last week we didn't do it. I was driving all over New England last week. I had my grandmother passed away kind of unexpectedly, we'll say. But so we were driving all over the place, and luckily I called you and I was like, so we're not doing it this week. And you were like, perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the week before that, for me, my grandfather passed away. So that Saturday we didn't do it because I was trying to deal with all that. I had family coming out. I'm still dealing with, because I'm the executor of the state. So I'm dealing with all that, trying to get that figured out. So on top of the last 2 weeks is crunch time because tomorrow I have fair animals showing up.
Right. Real nice Canadian Farm said, yeah, I hope you feel bad. I hope you feel bad about being mean.
Yeah. No, I'll take the Butcher Shop stuff and everything as an excuse, but we both did have deaths in the family and it was just chaos of dealing with that. So.
Right. And we had a conversation, I think we talked a little this week and we talked about it today too. It's doing content is fun. It's also a pain in the ass. And when things are going great and it's just an added thing on top of you being busy, but everything's going well, it's fantastic. I love doing it. It's super fun. I enjoy doing the podcast every week. I enjoy doing it even when things aren't going great. It is a little bit of a shining, okay, we're having fun. I get to chat with you for an hour that we usually don't have time to.
Yeah.
So it's I love doing that, but it's to come on a podcast and not have every episode be, this fucking sucks. This is annoying. Well, we didn't make it 10 minutes. Guess this one's not getting monetized. To put yourself into the frame of all right, now I'm going to put myself on the internet to entertain people.
Yeah.
I'm pissed off and things aren't going good. It's not exactly super easy and fun.
No. And not just, super and easy fun in that aspect, but sometimes you just don't want to share when stuff's going wrong. Like you got to take a breather and figure it out and get it corrected, in your real life day to day. That's what I've been doing for the last 3 weeks. Is last week at this time, I did not think the shop was going to be able to run for the fair animals that I promised to take. So there's a lot of finishing touches that need to be done, but we made it. We found a couple HVAC guys last minute the one, he was awesome, knew exactly what he was doing. He got all 3 cooler units up and running. We're just waiting for a couple little parts, but they're running enough that I can use them. Perfect. The freezer will be done next week. I've got garage doors on. The pens are finished, and we didn't even start those pens until what? Tuesday last week. We had it was the end of last week. We set posts. Concrete got poured this Tuesday morning at 4 a.m. and we have a whole structure except for the roof built. I just put some old steel and some shade cloth over it for now to protect the animals from the sun. And it's not like it's not the old 4 pens that I had. It's a 24-foot by 50-foot barn with.
I'm so jealous.
There's like 20 gates in that thing that swing every which way and trying to figure out the flow. And yeah, it's been a lot.
It's a lot. There is a part of me though that's so like every time I see it, I'm like, hell yeah, Joe, that's freaking awesome. And then there's just like that little 5-year-old in the back of my brain that's going, I want that. That's so cool. I want to be doing that.
You're always more than welcome to come out and help.
Oh, I know. Well, that's been the issue over here is I haven't worked in the shop in a month.
Yeah.
Or close to it because I've been dealing with this grinder situation, which the converter is here. It's literally right behind me on the porch. It just needs to get wired in, and that is not something I am super comfortable doing. So I have somebody, fingers crossed, coming tomorrow to, again, it's the same exact part. I could very easily take a picture and just put all the wires back. But in the worst case scenario, that's not how that works. I need someone here that actually understands electricity to do it. Yeah. So I'm doing all my Hail Marys and everything to hopefully that my grinder will be back up and running tomorrow and I can get the 600 pounds of grind out of my freezers and out of my hair and then actually continue to take on business.
Yes.
Because I've had people be like, well, I don't care if you hold on to the grind. And it's like, I don't want to hold on to anybody's grind. I have one customer that I held on to hers. She brought in 135-pound pig. Like it is what it is. For the rest of the summer, she'll be bringing in a beef every other week. So I'm like, I'm happy to do your pig, even though I'm like not grinding at the moment. And she's like, yeah, it's fine. And it's like, the other hard part of it is it's like the 2 beef I was working on have been the biggest beef I've had in a long time, and we're going to be really good paychecks.
Yeah.
I'm not charging them for the grind because it's my fault. Like I broke my grinder. It's my responsibility that they got the rest of their beef, but didn't get any grind. So I'm not going to go behind and charge them for that. It's like I'm causing them an inconvenience. I'm not going to charge you for it. So it's like, that sucks on the back end of like, crap. That would have been, with all the grind I have in there right now, that would have been a good like $700 on top of the rest of their bills. And it's like, okay, like it is what it is. I see. Are you laughing at Tri-Oaks down here?
I was just going to tell him if he comes up and runs the handle on it, you can do it all day long.
Like, I'm not exaggerating that there's a good, like, I have 2 stand-up chest freezers or stand-up freezers completely full of trim.
Oh, I believe it.
No, I know
on a
you do.
decent sized 800-pound carcass, you're getting well over 200 pounds if they take all cuts.
And one of them was that 1,300-pound monster.
Yep.
Where the hindquarters were mostly grind.
Yeah, that's nuts.
So it's like, because I thought about that. It's like, do I spend a couple grand and buy a cheaper, smaller grinder? And it's like, probably I should. Yeah, I can't I'll put it up on the screen. I can't get them to take their dishes and put them in the sink. If you think I'm going to hold them there for the 8 or 10 hours it's going to take to hand grind 600 pounds of beef.
No, I think Zach was saying, because I made the comment of having him come up and do it for you.
Right.
Don't worry, Zach. I'm right there in the height boat with you. If I shave this off, I look like a 15-year-old boy. A Mexican 15-year-old boy at that.
Yeah. Oh, I look ridiculously tan right now. I was working foundations this week with my neighbor, and I came home. My wife was like, Jesus. She's like, I thought you were just dirty. And I'm like, that's racist. How dare you?
No, it's been complete chaos. You know those extreme home makeover shows that I don't know if they still have them. I'm assuming they do.
Yeah.
Where they come in and gut a house and completely redo them in a week or something like that. That's exactly what it felt like trying to put this butcher shop together in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And the HVAC guy that we found, he said the same thing. I started laughing because I said it to somebody else the other day, and then he said it to me. He goes, I can't believe how far we've come. He was out here working till 1:00 one morning. Getting stuff
that's awesome
up.
When you can find people like that are willing to do that.
I mean, the whole crew, everybody that's hopped in. My stepbrother came out from Indiana. He did all my interior plumbing for me this week, which was super helpful. I'm glad that I even thought about calling him. That HVAC guy, the other HVAC guy that we had, both of them teamed up together to get the cooler units running. We got the garage doors were delivered Thursday night. We got all 3 garage doors put up yesterday and installed. Sliced the shit out of my hand doing it. It's a roll-up style ones. Fucking thing rolled up on my hand. But yeah, we got pens up in the last 5 days. We got so much. Danae was over here today just deep cleaning and scrubbing because that comes with construction. We had to tear everything apart and clean everything. That's not 100% finished, but the slaughter floors cleaned. All the equipment, all the cutting rooms cleaned. The coolers are cleaned. Just the loadout area where the freezer is going to be is just cluttered from all the construction, the tools and everything. But we just kind of threw them in there for now so we can get up and running. And then the guys will come back and kind of start picking up their tools and everything. But not on top of that, the guy that was helping me with the electric, he has a small YouTube channel and stuff, like really, really cool guy. Him and his wife had a baby, so he's been out for the last couple of weeks dealing with that. You know, completely understandable. And he did a lot. He did a lot of the electrical for me, but like I told him, I said, I have to have it done. So I hopped in and I did a boatload of electrical. I just left it long in the panel box so he can tidy it up the way he wants it when he comes back and everything. But I didn't have a choice. I had to have the power run out there. So yeah, just making it work. I can't sleep when I get this busy because I know there's stuff to be done. So I've been out here 3, 4, 5 o'clock almost every morning until 8, 9, 10, 11 at night every day, straight through. So the other day, the TikTok video I posted of my stepbrothers helped me move fence. We tore down 3 weeks worth of fence that I had up still, and we moved the cows into a week paddock. And then I put up 2 more weeks worth of paddocks, just the post. That's why I was winded from going up and down that hill. I'll show you when you're out here. It's insane. I don't know how many miles I walked just putting up fence, but it's enough.
Yeah. That's a good little segue of funny stuff. And it's like, so I'm coming out to New York because we're going to SRF. So I'm coming out early. I'm going to help you out doing some work and stuff like that. and I was joking with Zach from Tri Oaks about I wanted to find time to try and get down there, and it's just not going to happen this time. Like,
Yeah.
I'm already going to be down for a while, so I can't really set aside more time. And Canadian Farm said here, why is Harry Potter working in the background of Kyle's TikTok? I was sitting here dying one day, again, planning, trying to think, like, how can I make it so it's worth it to, like, take a day trip or something to drive down and see him. And I just kept thinking about how funny it would be for just Zach to do. If you're not following Tri Oaks Ranch on TikTok, you got it. He is absolutely hysterical, looks exactly like Harry Potter, and is now leaning into it, which I could not be happier about. But when he does his regular content, he's very informative. Like, he does amazing videos and stuff like that. And it was just tickling me how funny it would be if he was just doing one of his normal videos, just whatever, and I just randomly you just see giant me just walking in the background. Because again, like, you have, like, there's such a community of us ag people and stuff on TikTok, especially like our little group, that it would be like everyone would just be like, oh shit, what's happening? What? Like, and not tell anyone. Don't say anything to anyone. And I'm just like walking by with a goat or something, and he doesn't break at all. Like, for something like that is just the funniest thing in the world for me to think.
Sasquatch of the North migrated down to Mississippi.
The dates are in October are the 5th and 6th. Yeah. So I need to get all my stuff finished up with Nicole on planning and what we're doing, but it looks like I'm doing a rabbit demonstration. I'm doing, I think, one talk, and then I think I'm also doing like a panel, like a content panel.
Nice.
So yeah. So we're gonna be running around. I think I'm also doing 5 of her rams while I'm down there. So we'll make it work.
I am gonna be Kyle's Vienna White.
Yeah. Look at this. Oh,
yeah.
That rabbit. Oh.
I can't wear the heels though.
No, it'd help you, but
it would.
I am also
6 foot heels.
I'm also absolutely getting bit by one of those tack dogs for sure. Fortress Canine, you guys rock. They're going to be down there with their dogs, and I've already talked to them on TikTok, and I missed it last year. We were walking around doing something, and I missed it last year. I am setting aside time to put on a bite suit and get attacked by a Belgian Malinois. So pay attention for that.
Oh, that's gonna be funny to watch.
Oh, it's gonna be great. Oh, you're gonna be filming it. So.
Oh, I will definitely be filming it.
Oh, for sure.
I'm gonna be filming it on both of our phones.
Oh, you're just gonna be doing this with both fingers or both hands?
Yep.
But yeah, so it's there. We have a ton of stuff going on, and then it's like, that's not even including all my farm stuff. I still need to separate and castrate all the piglets, which will be happening probably next weekend. Like, it's going to have to be pushed out another week because the electric in the pen needs to be redone, and I'm getting everybody trained on the corral system that I have. I didn't end up building one. I just used the one I had, which means that we have to pick up and carry all the piglets to the new paddock, but it is what it is.
No, we don't practice it.
We don't practice.
Yeah,
we're just sore and bitter.
That is absolutely true. But this past week also, while we're talking about everything we have going on, I was approached earlier this year to jump on for the 4-H market animals. For anyone that doesn't know what the 4-H market stuff is, usually, I mean, it's countrywide. I don't know if the Canadians up there have something similar to this or whatever they call it, but yeah, so the 4-H kids, they buy an animal, they train it for show, and then they go to their county fairs and they show the animal, and then at the end of the shows, they can choose to keep or market the animal off for processing. And that's how they gain the money back for the next year's project, and they make a little bit of money to put towards college or whatever they choose to do with it. So I agreed to do that. We actually set a booth up at our county fair. The next county over, next 2 counties over, we have booths set up at the fairs. We booked so much stuff from doing that. It's insane. I've got 20 animals coming tomorrow morning just from the fair animals. And then I want to say we booked 10, 15 more pigs and 4 or 6 beef while we were sitting there for this fall. So yeah, I mean, I'm happy that we're booking like we are, but at the same time, I'm like, I've got 20 animals is outrageous for a single person.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
But
that's the hard thing over here is now all of a sudden everyone wants their animals processed. And it's like, can it be done? Like, can we get this in the next week or so? And I'm like, no. Well, one, it's like I am praying that the grinder is perfectly fine, and the only issue is the converter itself. And as soon as we swap out the converter, the grinder will be perfect. But
hopefully that's the case. And that's the worst part. You've been waiting a month to get this part to find out that it was something else.
Right. It would be devastating. And at that point, it would be, I would just have to buy a new grinder with money I don't have.
Mm-hmm.
So, but, yeah, so it's like, I have people that are like, oh, we want to get something in. And it's like, I have your information. I will call you back as soon as the second I know my grinder is back up and running and I'm in good shape, I'm going to start booking people and planning them out. Like the people that want it for the fall, I'm booking them, which is great. But it's like, I have people that it's like, we could drop off tomorrow. And I'm like, I wish you could, but I'm also not going to completely overload myself with, I already have at least a week or two's worth of like grinding and packaging and all of that to do. Plus I still have to get all 4 of my feeders in so I can rebuild their paddock, so I can move Red, so I can get his paddock ready for piglets. So it's like everything is at a complete standstill. And like, again, it's fantastic that it feels good that now business is picking up and people want to get stuff in. And as soon as I am up and going again, I will be going. But the other side of that is, again, just the panic of I can't do anything right now, just at a complete standstill.
Yeah, no, that's one thing that, like, as we're buying new equipment, I'm keeping the old stuff and fixing it up just for that fact. Like,
right.
I am scared, like, with the amount of animals that we have booked right now and what we have potential for, I couldn't do that. Like, that would like ruin my business before I started the business, just because, it's a lot of new customers. Luckily, a lot, you have, existing customers and stuff like that, because you've been doing it for what, 3 years now, 4 years?
I think it's been 3 years. I don't know. It's all a blur. Tryouts Ranch. I'm sure there's a market for very tall men on OnlyFans. Don't think I haven't thought about it. Listen, I'm in the kitchen right now. I've got my ring light set up. So if any of my neighbors are driving by, they're going to assume that's what I'm doing anyways. So it is what it is. I might as well just bite the bullet and do it.
Do lives so I can watch while I'm at work.
Hopefully you're not talking about the OnlyFans.
That's exactly what I thought.
I know where you work. I don't think they'd be super pumped about that on the screen. A cool thing that is doing, which I have to remember that I need to push the promotional button on this episode. This is the first time I'll be promoting this on YouTube. I am somewhat an affiliate with VacMaster now. I've had a lot of back and forth with their social media person there
Mhm.
over on TikTok. So if anyone's in the market for a vacuum chamber sealer or any of the supplies that go with a chamber sealer, check out backmasterfresh.com and use promo code Backwoods, and you get 15% off anything on the entire website. So we're going to be working with them for a little bit and see what we can do. And there might be upgraded chamber sealer coming my way if people start buying stuff.
Awesome.
So go buy stuff, even if
Maybe
it's
I
bags
will,
or knives or other shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe I'll get on there because I know I'm gonna need bags here soon. Maybe I'll see what their prices are with that 15% discount. If it beats out what I'm getting,
Yeah,
I got to put in a pretty good size order. So
right. I do too.
I might
And
just
I'm
do
like,
it anyway just to help you out.
yeah, I would appreciate it. So yeah, anyone who has a vacuum sealer, chamber sealer, or anything like that, they do have knives on there as well. I see Triox just said that back in there. So go check them out. They've been a great company, and they're also running a summer sale right now. So you can get, I think it's the VacMaster, the VP 210 all the way up to the VP 230. With, I forget how much it's on sale, but the price has dropped significantly, and you can also get my 15%. So go check it out, folks. Farming with Eden, Aaron, good to have you in here. He says this this live is the perfect thing to listen to while I haul hog manure. Yeah, no, we are absolutely a hog manure podcast.
Yep.
That is a perfect description of what this is.
That's okay. We don't care what you're doing as long as you're listening.
As long as you're listening, I don't care. I really don't. Again, I just appreciate everyone being here. Again, we have such a core group of people in here. We were talking about it before we jumped on here too. It's like how awesome it is to have all of you guys in the chat here. Mm-hmm. Like when we do this, it makes it more fun because we're interacting with you guys. You guys are here every podcast we do. Like you interact with us in all of our other content that we do, which it's super fun. Like I commented on I replied to somebody on TikTok today. What's his name? Philly Blunts. Surprise! Shocking. He's my fan. But he's a butcher, and he randomly came across me. I don't know if it was just through the For You page or one of my lives or whatever. He makes sure he comments on every single one of my posts. He makes sure he likes and will every now and then repost. But one of the things I have started doing, I'll jump into what's going on with TikTok at the moment, which says I walked 5 miles. Yeah, sounds about right. Right, hitting that direct funny bone, just jostling all around.
Yeah.
What I've started doing is one of the things. Again, the whole thing about this TikTok stuff is consistency and making sure that you stay true to like the content you're trying to put out. If you don't, it's a pain in the butt. Canadian Fry said, "I'm just here to play the again drinking game. I drink anytime Kyle says again." I had alcohol poisoning after the last episode. Sorry, guys.
You're just enticing us to do it more.
Yeah, exactly. And then
no again.
No again. One of the things I'm doing is I am putting up just thirst traps of red every day. Every day I'm posting a slow-mo of red majestically running through the grass with whatever the OnlyFans hoes are putting behind like their twerking videos on TikTok. So whatever all the hot chicks are doing on TikTok, I'm putting up just slow-mo videos of red. And they're actually doing fairly well. And he comments on every single one and he's like, these are the only thirst traps I watch. And I posted the one today and he commented on it. I'm like, he is one of the people that in my mind, when I am posting these, I'm like, I know he's going to enjoy it. Because that's the other hard thing about TikTok is you're just throwing stuff out there. You hope people are going to enjoy it. But then every now and then you have one where it's like, no, I know this person who interacts with my content every single day is going to love this. Hopefully it takes off. I don't care. I know this person is going to appreciate it. But what I have been doing on TikTok, we had a banger of a month last month. Like I had a video go to like 1.7 million, and I made. I'll be transparent. I made $1,200 on TikTok last month, which is awesome. But and I'll give Triox a little credit on this one. He did a bunch of research and everything because he just entered the Creator Rewards program, which is the program on TikTok where you can make money. If you have 10,000 followers, you can enter this program and you'll start getting paid for views and things like that. That's not always how they had it set up. And what I've heard from a ton of people who have been on TikTok for a while, nobody is making the money that people were making on TikTok. And what Zach for Triox found doing some research is essentially that if you're not in a certain percentage of the people in the rewards program, again, I don't want to disparage TikTok. If TikTok is listening, me so sorry. But they are basically, if you don't have enough people watching your content, they're pushing down your views or just making sure that your views don't get over a certain amount so they don't have to pay out so many people, because so many people now are in the program that if everybody got the views that they should be getting, they'd be paying out the ass. And so for whatever reason, not for whatever reason, I only have 18,000 followers, and they already hate my content anyway. So I have opted out of the rewards program. So now I'm just doing TikTok for fun again, I guess, and not getting paid for it. But I really want to see if, now that I am no longer in the program, if my views go up, if my likes and everything go up, if I start getting more followers again. Because it's like I went from like 10,000 followers to 18,000 in like a week and a half. And from then on, I haven't gained anything else. So if all of a sudden I start getting more views, more likes, more follows again, and I start really growing, like once I get to if I get to like 30,000 followers, like I'll jump in again. Like if I start getting some really viral stuff, I'll try and jump into the program, rewards program again. But I'm not going to I would much rather have people seeing what I'm doing and interacting with it and getting followers than making $4 a month on videos that I already have posted. So we'll see. What's going to happen is I'm going to post one in the next 2 days that does like 3 million, and I'm really going to hate myself. But
it might not have if you stayed in the program, like you said. So
exactly. So it is what it is. It's all. Yeah. It's an interesting thing. Again, this isn't like. Yes, there are people. I was going to say, like, there's not a book on this. I'm sure there's a book on it. There are plenty of people out there that have hacked it and figured it out. Most of those people are not doing the content that we're doing. And we have a very specific set of issues with the app, or they have a specific set of issues with us. So, I don't know. Triox, you had one get 30. Is that 30,000? Or just 30? Because I had one today that I screwed this up and it pissed me off. I accidentally hit upload to story instead of upload to regular For You page. So I deleted it. And then instead of waiting a day to repost it, I was really excited about it. And I thought it was good. Yeah, 30. Like he just had 30 people view. So what happens is if you post one, then delete it because you need to edit something and then repost it, TikTok's like, nope, you already have something like that on here. It doesn't go on the For You page because it's unoriginal. And they completely just kill any views to it. The one I posted would have done a couple thousand. Like I am fully convinced it was funny enough that it would have done a couple thousand. I sent it to an actual comedian, and he loved it. And I'm like, okay, that one would have done really well. But because I wasn't patient enough to just wait 2 days and post it again, I'm gonna do it again. Like, I'm just gonna refilm it and word it different, do it again.
Yeah.
But yeah, TikTok is interesting. And again, it's not like it's not an American company. So there is no one you can call to be like, hey, like, this is screwing up or this is doing that. You get a very generic, you're not original enough. So sorry. Like, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still steadily growing, but the slowing down is what's killing me right now.
Yeah.
I'm still a far cry from 1,000 yet to try to start getting on the lives.
I know. It's fucking tough, man. It's tough. Well, it's because I think about, and I think this is why I'm going to be on the content panel talking about TikTok. I look at the evolution of my content on TikTok, and it's like the content I'm doing now is not the content I was doing in the beginning. Like, I was almost never on actual camera for most, like, the beginning of my TikTok, because a lot of it was templates and a lot of it was quick, quippy, funny things. And like every now and then I would talk to the camera or do something, but it's like the evolution of that to where you start getting more followers, and then you have more followers that give a shit what you're talking about. So now it makes more sense for you to actually go on the screen and talk about what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough. And it's, again, hard to explain to anyone because I can't explain it. Like, the stuff that goes viral doesn't make sense. You have a better sense of it. Like, I have a better sense where I can, like I said, the one that I posted today would have done a couple thousand, guaranteed, just with the layout, song, like what it said. Like, it's just dark enough, funny enough, and like right song choice that I know it would have tickled enough people. Like, again, as is, with it not being on the For You page, it's at 100 views with, I think it was like 50 likes. So it gets like, it's double the engagement that you would usually get on a video. But again, only 100 people saw it.
Yeah.
So yeah, Canadian Farmstead, unlike YouTube where there's someone you can call. Yeah, there's no one there. No one wants to help you because at the end of the day, they have more than enough people putting up content. One dude who they already have to like censor most of his stuff in northern New Hampshire. They don't care. They don't care if I am able to post content or not. They don't want to pay me. Like,
yep.
So I don't know. It's grand, but it's interesting. It's fun. It's fun.
Oh man.
Yeah. I'm getting a new tractor.
You're getting a new one?
Yeah. Well, I'm keeping my old one. I'm just getting a free new one.
A free new tractor?
Well, it's not new. It's I forget what
new to you though.
New to me. It's a Massey Ferguson, and it's a much small. It's like a third of the size of my tractor now. My father-in-law bought it, and it was, or no, he didn't even buy it. It was free to him.
Yeah,
it was free in somebody's yard in Mass. My wife's uncle went down and picked it up and welded up new arms for it, or like for the bucket and everything. Mm-hmm. It did a bunch of work to it. They just bought property up here in the woods and stuff, and he wanted a tractor to like putz around and do stuff with. It's 4-wheel drive, doesn't have power steering. Like, it's just a good, solid little tractor. But he's like, I don't need it. Like, for what they're doing, they don't need it. Like, it was a great opportunity for him. He's like, do you want it? Like, will you use it? And I was like, yes, absolutely. Like, so that's going to be getting here at some point. Yeah,
I agree. I need a free tractor too. Kyle's jealous of my butcher shop, and I'm jealous that he's got 2 tractors.
Right? It's like I look at my tractor. My tractor has no brakes. I need to buy a new master cylinder for the brakes, and I now have a real fun fuel leak coming from somewhere that needs to get fixed. And I floated it by my mechanic, and he's like, "Oh, that's from what it sounds like. That's gonna be another $500." And I'm like,
in the meantime, your grinder's broke, so you're not making that money back from the last time you just had that thing rebuilt.
So I'm just running it and hoping it doesn't blow up. But now essentially it's like, okay, now I have a smaller tractor that I can now get into some of my paddocks I couldn't get into with my bigger tractor. It's 4-wheel drive. It'll be better for the winter, like moving snowbanks and things like that. And yeah, so it's like there's a silver lining in it all. And it's like, okay, that'll be fun. That'll be good. And it's like, again, now content is life. And it's like, oh, now I've just opened myself up to a whole new world of random tractor TikToks because now I have 2 Massey Fergusons of different sizes.
So, and not only that, that little tractor has a loader on it, so you can still use it for hogs and smaller animals. So, so now you're not running that massive tractor to slaughter hogs. So you're saving yourself on fuel too.
Mm-hmm. Country Boy RN, I completely forget what it was. We went over yesterday and I was talking to him. I forgot to take a picture. I completely forgot. It's at the I forget what year it was, but essentially, like, even with the PT or the hydraulics for the hitch in the back and everything like that, you literally have to manually swap the hydraulic lines. Yeah. Like, in order to, like, use the bucket or use the hitch in the back. So it's like, it's at that level. Like, it's definitely older than mine currently.
You should find someone.
I know it is, Zach.
You should find someone that's good with hydraulics that can put trying to think of the name of it, but essentially it's like a big tree, and there's a valve that you can just flip it, so you don't have to manually hook your hoses and hook the other ones up.
Right. Yeah, that'll happen. That'll happen at some point. It's on the list. Again, I just found out yesterday I was getting a free tractor. I'm not looking too far into the future. We're also getting a free horse. We're also getting a free, I'm going to say a free horse trailer. It's a free junk horse trailer. But, well, I'm not going to get too far into where it came from, but it's a bit of a seizure situation. Like, it's all legal, but it's a bit of a, yeah.
It's all legal because Kyle's over 18, and what he had to perform is perfectly fine.
Yeah, I mean, but no. So I think it's a 16-foot long gooseneck, but it was in the back of a property that it was just filled with crap. The floor's half gone, like, and we didn't know how big it was. Beats a free horse, sure as hell does. And we didn't know how big it was. All we could see was the front of it from the road. And when it was brought home, along with many other vehicles, we looked at it. It might be longer than 16 feet. Like, it might be a 20-foot gooseneck. It's massive. So what we're going to do is I need to build a better farrowing area for my pigs. And I also want to build something to get them off of the paddock that they're on, to give that a break, because it's had pigs on it for 3 years straight. So what we're going to do is my neighbors who have it, they're going to bring the Bobcat over, dig a ditch. And instead of taking the tires off and it being a standing structure, we're going to leave the tires on. So now they can't tax me on it. They're just going to bury the tires, and I'm going to use that as my corner posts, as my corner, have the back end of it facing the horse paddock and cow paddock, so I can open that up, and I'm just going to put 3 different stalls. We're just going to lay down, I'm going to build a new floor and build 3 stalls in it, so that way I can open the back, and the horse or cows, whatever are in the main pasture, can go in and get out of the rain. And then on the man door, I'm just going to build 2 stalls on that side. So that way, when I have animals farrowing, like if I choose to do them earlier, I can put them in a stall and lock it inside of that part of the trailer. And again, now I don't have to worry about corners because I can have my buddy who has a welder right on his truck come over and just weld the woven wire right to the side of the trailer on both sides.
Beautiful.
So again, there are so many knives in the air while I'm juggling. It's crazy. I'm not dead yet, but we're here. So I don't know.
No, that's awesome. I mean, getting stuff like that, like out of the blue where you're not expecting it, is.
I just got a random text from my neighbors, and they're like, "You want a horse trailer?" I was like, "I mean, yeah." Like, the answer is yes. The answer to that question is yes. And they're like, "We don't know what shape it is." And then like they brought it back, and we were all like, "Ooh." And then I came up with the idea of driving back from Rhode Island at one point. I was like, "Oh, actually, that can work." Like, that saves me a bunch of money on materials that I would need to buy. And I already have the rest of the materials I need to put up that fence. Because again, it's not like I have a bunch of extra money sitting around to dump into more infrastructure. And now that I have a tractor that's smaller, I can put 6-foot gates I have laying around on that paddock instead of 8 to 10-foot gates I would need to get the other tractor in there. So it's,
and not only that, that's a whole project you're going to get content off of. People love seeing stuff like that.
Oh, that, yeah, absolutely. Like that'll be like a, no shit. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll see. And if people hate it, that's even better engagement. So
that is true. You get more engagement when people disagree with you than you do with the people. Like right now, I don't have really anybody that I mean, I've had a couple people argue with me over stuff, but most of my engagements are normal group, you know, with my content, which I greatly appreciate, but I don't get the hate stuff like you guys. I don't poke the bear too much yet. I'm too little of a guy to.
Thanks, Canadian Farmstead. I appreciate it. Canadian Farmstead says, "I'll hate it for you." I know you will. He was mad I was making fun of Canadians the other day on TikTok. Yeah. So that's fine. It's warranted.
Between Rachel and Canadian, they keep us on our toes.
Can you guys hear that bike that just went by?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the joy of being in the kitchen now. Now, instead of the jingle bells of the dog trying to go out or him barking, now you just hear random motorists hit the only straightaway on this entire road, which just happens to be my house. But yeah, so we got stuff coming up. We got a lot of things going, and it'll be a good time. I am trying to get pin down a date with Tommy Pope, the comedian that came up here. He's going to come on and do a podcast. We're gonna have to figure out whether you'll be able to make it or not, because I think I'm gonna have to do it in like an afternoon.
Yeah,
because he's got spots at night, like for stand up. So if I can do a live one, that'd be great. But Saturday night,
it's hard for him.
It's hard for him. So we're going to try to do a pre-record, just have him come on and talk about what happened. I just sent him down a roast and some sausage and some bacon from that pig we did. So they're doing another like episode of Look at Dish on that, like cooking that pig. So
we clicked on the same one.
We both clicked it at the same time. Farming in Eden, I just annually poke the fruit Canadian farmer.
He set himself up for that one.
He really did.
He corrected himself at the bottom. We have to post that he corrected himself at the bottom. He was.
Right. Oh no, Joe's gone. What happened? We'll give him a second to come back up. But yeah, we got some stuff coming up. I have tried to post some of the stuff in the whole thing is the whole video of what happened.
I don't know. It just kicked me off.
Right. The whole video of them coming up and doing filming all their stuff is up here. Or I posted it in the Telegram group. So the full video is up there. Try not to share it out a bunch because it is technically their Patreon content, but they said I could share it out a little bit.
Yeah.
But everyone feel free to go check it out. And if you don't want to go, if you're not the Telegram group, please go join the Telegram group. We got a good group of people over there. I will be completely honest. I have not been in it as much, and I do apologize. Again, just running around like crazy. But if you don't want to do that and you have YouTube, which everyone has YouTube because it's the internet, you're watching us here on YouTube. So after this, make a little note, type in Look at Dish on YouTube, and there's a bunch of shorts from when they came up here. So you can get little sneak peeks and quips like that. And I'm pretty sure there'll be clips and stuff of the next episode they do. So we're making it. It's one of those things. It's like I tell people that stuff and they're like, that's insane. Like, how are you making that work? Like, that's so crazy that happens. And then I'm sitting here going like, everything stinks and it's dumb and nothing's working right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we got some cool stuff coming up. And we're going to be doing more guests again.
Yes.
We have been so all over the place that we haven't been able to really, do the podcast in general. And it just hasn't been good to nail down someone for a guest when we can't even make the podcast ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then
we're going to
me having technical difficulties too. And we interview great together. It's just, I can't interview when my computer's glitching every 30 seconds and I'm not part of the conversation.
Right.
So
yeah, we'll get guests on again. More than likely. I think we float around. This is the first time he's going to hear it. I think Zach, I'm probably going to text you and get you on for next week. We'll have Harry Potter return to the show. Aaron from Farming of Eden, I absolutely want to get you on an episode because you are a wealth of information, and I love Aaron's content.
Yeah, so do I. All these guys, both Zach's, Aaron's. I've been watching Canadian stuff.
McPherson. No, just kidding, Zach. We love you. We love you, Zach.
It's a hit and miss. No, I'm just joking.
Hit and miss. He's got sausages on the screen. Just kind of scroll quick. Get over that. You'll never get it out of your head.
Oh man. What I should do, since I'm on my phone and not laptop today, I should see how far I can get in the shop and take you guys on a live tour quick of the semi-finished product.
Do it.
Because nobody's seen it yet. Because I haven't posted a TikTok either. I can't flip my screen around, though. That's the only problem. Don't mind the mess out here. We've been cleaning. Everything's tore out and clean.
It's so white.
All brand new tables, smokehouse, it's all set up. Coolers are running.
Oh,
I got the lights installed.
I'm so jealous. I love it.
Yeah.
Joe, I again, and it's I like we talk a bunch and stuff like that. I am so fucking proud of you, and all of this shit is so fucking cool, and I'm so happy for you that it's all coming together.
Finally. It's taken a boatload of money, but for the amount of business we're booking, we should have no problem paying it off. We are cluttered as heck up here. The new freezer's almost done. It'll be up and running this week sometime. Got our roll-up doors in. I got most of the electrical panel wired in. I haven't put this door in. And the slaughter floor. Roll-up door, hoist is up. The big door's in. All I got to do is I have to oil the rail system yet.
Canadian Farmstead. Is Joe in heaven? He is. I mean, he's in butcher heaven.
The real one.
What did Zach McPherson say? Also, surgery was successful. Did you get a gag reflex transplant?
See if I can get these ones on.
Oh, I'm so jealous. It's gorgeous. Dun, 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 dun.
No, I'm excited to try this out. I might actually do slaughter tomorrow.
It looks great. Honestly, it looks fantastic. I am pumped for you.
Yeah, we got, like I said, we got finishing touches. I've got to get the man doors for the both restrooms and the upstairs storage rooms and the second office upstairs. We got to get doors on all those. Mini split system needs to be installed in the cutting room yet. Just a bunch of, piddly stuff, but I can run in it, so that's what mattered.
Right. Fan-fucking-tastic. Yeah, I'm pumped for you. I'm pumped to work in it. I'm pumped to get down there and get my hands dirty.
Yeah, and we did end up hiring a full-time employee starting not this week, next week.
Nice.
So, yeah, he's done box stuff. So, and he seems like he's going to learn really well. So I'm looking forward to working with him. So,
that's awesome.
Microsoft's.
Yeah. Yeah, our fans are great. We love all of you, honestly.
Yep.
Like we've just sat here and I've just sat here and bitched for half of this of I was gonna say we, and I'm like, I don't think Joe's just piggybacked off what I've said. I have bitched a lot this episode. But again, having all you guys makes it worth it because it's at least my buddies are gonna see this and they're gonna laugh.
The big thing for me, like I was telling my wife the other night, I had so many people tell me that there was no way I was going to have this running, this whole brand new part of the shop and tying into the old and all the new equipment up and running before I got these fair animals. And that's one thing. Like if someone tells me I can't do something,
buckle up.
I will do my damnedest to try to make it happen. I mean, I put in, I don't know how many hours over the last 3 weeks, 7 days straight, but
that's the moral. That's the moral of that story.
Yeah.
Put in the hard work and shit gets done.
Yep.
That's it. Oh, all right, buddy. We're up at an hour.
Yep. We made it.
Everyone find you. We made it. We made it. No glitches. We had a great conversation.
Yeah.
All right.
So
now we just got to keep it going.
Yes. No, we do. I've been really thinking about that. Every time we say, yep, we're going to do it, something happens the following week and we end up skipping the next week. It's it's been horrible.
Well, again, we talked about in the beginning where it's it's tough when there's a lot of stuff going on to make it work. But also there is that mindset of just this isn't doing anything for us technically.
Yeah.
So when push comes to shove, whether it's work late or jump on the podcast, I want to jump on the podcast. That's what I'd rather do. But guess what? I need to do what's actually paying me money.
Yep.
Or going to cause actual real world things.
Yep. Yeah.
So,
and that's just where we're at with it. I fully enjoy getting on here and having conversations with you every week. This hour of just doing the podcast is usually my break, my piece. I just sit down for an hour. I get to talk to all my friends, and have a good time. So It sucks that we haven't been able to do it, but it is what it is. Hopefully we can get back after it steady. And
exactly. And we will. Oh, congratulations to your daughter missing the tooth. Hopefully the tooth fairy has settled for inflation. Like you figured that out.
So those are $20 teeth now. Kids don't even want to even touch it if it's not $20.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But
the tooth fairy in our house gives toys, and those toys get bought at the dollar store. So
that's a good idea.
That's a hack. That's a hack for all you parents out there. If you don't want to spoil your kids, you don't want to give them $20 in cash. It's buy a dollar toy. Although at the same time, those toys have given me more frustration than ever, like anything else, because they're just cheap Chinese made dollar store toys that fall apart immediately, and none of the parts fit in correctly. So then the 2-year-old just sits there and breaks it in your lap and just hands it back to you. And as soon as you hand it back, she immediately breaks it again and hands it back to you. So those got thrown away. If my daughter ever watches this in 10 years and is like, oh my God, you threw away my things from the tooth fairy. It's like, yeah, they were bought to be thrown away.
Screw that tooth fairy.
Yeah. Guess what? I'm the tooth fairy. Or I should say, my wife is the tooth fairy.
Yep.
All right, buddy. Where can everyone find you?
Yeah, so everybody can find me hopefully here every week with Kyle on Meet the Critters, YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok at Blakesley Acres. If you're in Western New York area and you want to check out the Butcher Shop page, we're also on Facebook, Bare Bones Butchering, and in the Telegram group, Critter Crew. I'm on a couple others, but I'm admin on Kyle's Critter Crew group.
Absolutely. And yeah, just to parrot that, definitely join the Telegram group. I'm going to try to make a point to be in there more. Again, it's just being on my phone all the time is a pain in the butt and trying to jump around and catch up with everything. But no excuses. I will try to be in there more for sure. We are going to try and get more YouTube videos up. I am everywhere at Backwoods Butcher 603. So that is TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Yeah, we're going to get back into some YouTube videos. We got some stuff coming up that I want to be able to record and get out there and do. So we're going to be doing more of that. And then again, on TikTok, it's our fastest growing. So jump on the bandwagon over there. Again, once I start getting more followers and stuff like that, I will join the program, like the rewards program again, and hopefully make some money over there. So go over and give me a hand with that if you're not following me already. And yeah, it's just a fun one, gang. So we appreciate you. We will once again be back next week. We love you. We'll see you next time.
See ya.